If you are troubled by the problems of your life and you want to get rid of those problems, then you must understand this story. By the end of this story, you will understand how you can get rid of the biggest problems of your life. Once, Gautam Buddha's disciples were waiting for him like every day to listen to his discourses. In no time, Buddha came there. The disciples saw that Buddha had a rope in his hand. They looked at Buddha in surprise and started thinking that what is the purpose of Buddha to bring the rope? But none of the disciples asked Buddha any question. Buddha took his seat and started tying knots in the rope without saying anything. All the disciples of Buddha were still looking at him in surprise. Buddha tied 3 knots in that rope and showing it to his disciples asked, "See this rope in my hand. I have tied 3 knots in it in front of you. I want to ask you if this is the same rope that was before the knot." One of the disciples stood up and said, "I can see this rope from different angles. From one point of view, it seems that the rope has changed due to tying up 3 knots. And from the other point of view, it is the same rope. Its true nature is the same. After all, it is rope, even if it has knots." Buddha smiled and said, "Right. Now I open these knots," and saying this, Buddha grabbed both the ends of that rope and started pulling them in opposite directions. All the disciples stopped Buddha and said, "What are you doing? In this way, the knot of this rope will tighten, and then it will be very difficult to untie it." Buddha said, "Then tell me how to untie the knot of this rope." The disciples said, "First of all, we have to see how these knots are tied. Only then can we try to untie them." Buddha smiled and said, "Right. By tying a knot in this rope, I want to teach you the ways to get rid of the problems in life." Buddha's disciples asked, "But how?" Buddha said, "This rope is our life, and the nuts in it are the problems of life. Whenever problems come in life, first of all, try to know the root cause of those problems. Only after knowing the reason, their solution is possible. People do not try to find out how problems arise in their life, but try to solve them. People who come to me with their problems ask me, "I get angry very easily. What should I do? How do I get rid of my anger?" They don't ask why anger arises in me. They want to destroy their ego, but they never ask how the ego has developed in them. They must understand that without knowing the root, it is impossible to solve it. Know the root of the problems first, and then eliminate them from the root itself. The disciples asked, "But how to know the root of the problems?" Buddha said, "With peace. A calm mind can see the root of any problem. When you are disturbed, you see nothing except problems. You only see problems and exaggerate them. But when your mind is calm, you can see the problems as they are. You can see the problems completely, and you can go to the root of them. So calm down and see where the root of your problem is. No matter how many branches of a tree you cut, unless you cut its root, you cannot destroy it. So find the root of your misery and show courage to cut it. Then only you will be able to get rid of your problems. And this is the only way to get rid of your problems and sorrows." Thank you for watching this video.